Good morning and sliding into afternoon. Nana here, aka Judy Allen in San Antonio, Texas, and we actually have cooler weather. Whoop whoop. At least for a few days anyway. So today we are going to be demonstrating and doing an alternative from the paper pumpkin envelopes. It's got beautiful paper lined on the inside of the envelope, and we're going to show you how to do that. Many choices because we've got 3 envelopes with 3 different paper designs on the inside that are opportunities to use. So with that, let's go down to the hands and see what we can do. All right. If you're out there looking, be sure to say hi or whatever. I always try to respond back. But also at the end of the month, we have our meeting. We set up, or I shouldn't say our meeting, when we do our kits, we sit up there and actually have drawings and give away prizes. This month we gave away 3 different kits. So here's what the envelopes that we had this month in tons of fun. And as you can see, here is the beautiful paper that I'm talking about. Now, what are we going to do? Well, today I have decided to go ahead out of these 3 envelopes today. I'm going to use this envelope right here, the yellow one. I can easily use any of these, and I will. That's why I always tell you to hold on to everything. I'm going to put the die cuts out of the way here a second. And what we're going to do is we're going to cut this up. Now, I have already pre-cut this up, but I'll tell you what I usually do to start it out. I usually come and cut down this line here and right over here on the edge, just on the edge, just enough so I can open this up flat. Because when I open this up flat, it allows me to cut the paper. And I'll show you what I did here. You'll see. By the time I got through cutting this up, I cut on this seam line here. This is I call it a seam line. It's like I'm sewing, but it's been already there. I cut there, and you can see where I got this part of the envelope there. Then I actually cut off the front part, but I sized it down to what size I was going to use today, and I sized it down to a standard cardstock size of if you put it next to here, this half would be a 4.5, no, 4 1/4 by 5.5. So I sized this down to a 4 by 5 1/4. So then when you get through, this is the pieces you're going to have left. All right. So these are all things you're going to work with. I always cut off the sticky part here, and I always cut off, because when you fold this envelope inside out, the piece is going to look like. I'm going to show you that. This one right here, so you can see where the seam is there. So I always cut that off. I can, I most probably won't use that because that's noticeable and all, but at least I cut it off. So everything I cut to sit there so it looks like I've got just regular paper, because we're going to use it like regular paper, right? So here's what happens when I cut all these pieces up. This is what I ended up with. All right. And these are the pieces I tossed aside. I most probably won't use because it's got that on there unless I cut it in smaller pieces. But, so out of this, I can still use this. I would cut off the sticky part there, and I'd square it up most probably. But I'm not going to use that today. I might use that another day. But look how beautiful this is. So all I've done is I've just cut apart the envelope. This part came off the back here. You see where I got that piece? And this came off the front. So since I got that piece. So that's all I've done. Now sometimes when you do it, some envelopes when we do it, has a little fuzz on it. I just rake my fingernail across it. Like this. And it just gives it a little fuzzy effect, but I mean, you know what? It doesn't look bad at all. So what I'm going to do with this though, I've already decided I am going to sit up there and we are going to glue this down right here. And I shouldn't say glue because I could use glue, but I'm going to just use my tape runner. And I always tell you to be sure to save all your stuff from previous months. So today I'm going to use the Real Red ink pod from a previous month, because I save all the little ink pods. Save them, save them, save them. They can be re-inked. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to do this right here. Alright, so I'm actually making the front of my card here. Now, I have choices. I could have put this on the blue cardstock that they have in the kit, but I didn't. They actually have this card here, and this is what I really like the best. But I love this kit so much that I didn't want to go ahead and use my card because I'm going to use it to make some more alternatives for you. So instead, what I went and did is I got some regular cardstock, granny apple green. That's the colors we're using there. And I just went and cut my regular cardstock so I didn't have to use my envelope. I could have used, I shouldn't say envelope, didn't have to use my card in there because I'm going to use it for something else. So all I'm going to do, yes I am, I know this is pretty paper, see, that could have easily done it like this too. But I went ahead and I'm going to use the yellow side and I'm going to use the other part too, so you have the color there. So I'm going to go ahead and put this down here. Trying to see what the situation was on lighting. It's very dark outside, so it seems like it's been more of a shadow than normal. I could turn on other lights, but then it would be too bright and we'd get a different type of shadow. And it doesn't matter which way, okay? This is the look I'm going for. Alright, so I already had in mind I'm going to do these cherries. Now, same thing here. This was actually in the kit as is. And all I'm going to do is flip it over and sit there and use this side. But I also wanted to use a color to sit behind it to sit there and help make it pop. And so I decided to use the yellow because the yellow is very bright, very cheerful. And I'm going to put it on here like this. And I'm going to use dimensionals, especially when I get to the cherries, but I'm not going to this yellow part. So part of it's just laying it out. I could just as easily have put this right across here and go to put this on here because I'm going to put my cherries over here, right? Okay. So I could easily do that too, but I just thought I'd offset it a little bit, you know. So I'm just going to trim this off. And actually, because I've got the tag there, I'm going to trim it off here because you know what? Then it leaves me options for my tag. All right, I can move my tag around. That's what this is called here. We're going to make a tag out of that. I'm just going to trim it here. And then I'm just going to sit there, and I'm just going to stick this down with this tape runner here. Let's see if you can see the tape runner. Yeah, I'm just going to do it with a tape runner here. All I'm doing is just running it around. It's just enough to get right there without going over. That's what we want to do. Let's see if I got everything on every end. Yeah, I just want to make sure. You want to make sure for sure that you get it on the ends, right? I got a little bit there, so I'll be sure to stay away from that, hopefully. So actually, since I wanted it to go from the end, I'm just gonna like start from the end there and work my way in. Because I know it's shorter, so it doesn't matter, right? Alright, so my cherries. It doesn't matter if I want to put little smiley faces. And I am. You know, it's a nice bright cherry card. And I'm going to put my little smiley faces on here. They have frowny faces for if you're having a tough day or whatever. But they've got the little smiley faces too. So I'm all about that smiley face. It's Friday. It's the weekend. Whoop, whoop. So I'm just going to jump it there and put a smiley face there. Yeah. And then I'm going to stamp this here, put another little smiley face. Alright, yep, it's weekend time. Some of you have gotten snow. You might go out and play in the snow. Here, we don't have snow. And I don't think we're having rain either. It's just cold. We had a front come through and it's cold. Alright, so I am going to sit there and go ahead and put this up on dimensionals. Have my dimensionals for my... So like I said, save all your stuff, any leftovers you have from month to month from your kits, because there's always plenty of leftovers for you to use in the future. Now I could have put, and originally I thought I was going to put some twine on here. I might put some as a bow. But since I went into the yellow like that, I decided just to leave it like that, right? Let me push this up a little bit higher so you can see it. There you go. All right, and I'm just gonna put my little cherries right here. They're so cute. And then I'm gonna do I Pick You. Now I did stamp this, but I have sort of changed my mind. I might want to go ahead and use the bling. So let's see, because we had bling come with a kit, and I'm thinking I might want to use that. Let me just set this here aside. I had this on another block. I'm going to go ahead and re-stamp this, because all we gotta do is tap 3 times and we have it, right? So there you go. Alright, I'm just going to stamp this again, because all I gotta do is cut it. And I can use this other one too. But I think I decided to go ahead and use my bling, because I always like using bling. Just gives it a little bit extra bling bling bling. So all I'm going to do is just cut this here. I'm going to use that on something else. Maybe next week. I don't know. You'll just have to wait to see next week to find out. See, then all I'm going to do is pop that on dimensional as well too. And I'm also going to use the mini dimensionals that come in the kits. You can also order extras through Stampin' Up. They always have me find my mini ones. There they are. And I'm just going to pop this up on a mini, and then I'll put some bling on here, and we'll have us a card. So yeah, it's that simple. It is that simple. It's just a matter of, like I said, putting on your bling and putting on a little bow. See how it just nicely accents that? And then when I go and put some bling on here, let's see if I can do it with my scissors. I don't have my other tool with me. Let's see, I usually do this with let's see here, I'll just do it this way. See, that's a cute little red heart. Just cute, cute, cute. I'll just leave it there. It doesn't matter. The world's not going to end, right? And I'm just going to put a few little hearts up here. We try to do everything in odd numbers. I'm just going to scrape it off with my fingernail and put it there. Where it falls is where it falls. You know, it doesn't matter. Because, you know, whoever you're going to give this to is going to love it no matter what it is. And there you go. So all I'm going to do is add a bow here, and I am done. I am done. So then I have just another cute little card that I make. And see, the way I figured, if you do one a week with Nana here, by the end of the month, you're going to have at least 4 cards and inspiration to go and make some others of your own creation as well. So you know, that's the whole thing. If you want a case and do exactly like I do, that's fine. You know, the nice thing is you don't have to think about it. You just go and do and create, right? Or you can go out and create your own design, share it, you know, share your ideas. I love it when you share your ideas or share what you've created. In fact, I have a few peeps that owe me some. We created together the other day, and they owe me a picture. I sent them a picture of mine. I haven't seen the pictures of theirs. Alright, so we're just going to use a glue dot. And there, yes, there was a glue dot in the kits. I didn't pull that out. But I can use this here that I have handy. I usually use this for ribbon, but you know what? The ones in the kit are perfect. Alright, and looky there. I'm going to just add a little bow. It almost looks like it goes right there with a leaf. That wasn't intentional, but it just looks that way, right? And I'm going to leave it right there. And you know what? By the time this gets through the mail and whoever I give it to, that'll be down. I don't have to worry about it. You know, if it really, really bothered you, you could trim it just a little bit more. But there you go. We have a card created from our envelope today. And all we did is, I'm just clean my mess and scoot to the side for you. All we did is dissected the envelope so that we could use the part of the envelope for here. we use the part of the envelope for here, and we use the other part of the envelope from here with some cardstock. This is nothing more than a cardstock of 8.5 by 5.5. And there you have a card, and it's ready for you to put a message on the inside. Mine will most probably have what's on our do right here. Let's see. Almost I put a Valentine something in there. I'm not sure yet, but I have choices. Okay, I have choices. So there you go. So that is our card for today. Our alternative, you taking an envelope and making it into a card. So you'll have to wait to find out what we're going to make next week. But I hope you enjoyed this, and if you did, please follow and like us and share, and also follow us on YouTube as well. You can watch it as much as you want to refresh your memory. But thank you. Have a great weekend. Be blessed. Go create something. Share. Create with your friends. Share together. And then give it to someone. All right? See you next week. Bye.